Look, if you're a neutral, that was an amazing game. Not gonna lie. If you're a United fan, you probably feel like we lost. Honestly, it was a game, very interesting game. I think we can take so many pros and so many cons, so many good, so many bads from this game. From a United perspective, I think Bournemouth, they stuck through it. They didn't start off the game that well. I think the first 30, 40 minutes of the first half, they were all right. They weren't great. They weren't great actually. Then they grew into the game a little bit. We let them grow into the game, to be fair, and they came back into it. So props to them. Honestly, kudos to them. They fought for it, and they never really gave up. However, if you're United, if you are a United fan or a player, Ruben Averman, if you're watching this video, right? Look, we need to win those games, right? I mean, first of all, in the first half, okay, the fact that we got a goal in the 13th minute or 14th minute, whatever it was, I was thinking this is going to be a chill game. Never think that with Man United. If you're a United fan, never think that with Man United. I thought not because United were so good, which we were good, to be fair. We were creating a lot of chances, but more so because of how bad Bournemouth was. But I've never seen United create chances so freely like that. It really did feel, it felt good. It felt good, honestly. Like it felt amazing to watch Manchester United create chances the way we did, right? Unfortunately, we couldn't finish off the game. And that leads me to my talking points. In this game, we can take away some good things, we can take away some bad things. What should I start with? Let's start with the bad, just because no one wants to hear the good news first and then end with the bad news. So let's start with the bad. First of all, our defense is garbage. I want to say take it, mix it up, scrap it, throw every single defender we have in the trash. I want to say that. I just can't, because we do have some decent defenders, right? I think Aiden Heaven played well for the most part. Lenny Euro played well for the most part. Luke Shaw played well. When Martinez came on, he played well as well, right? Overall, defenders played well individually. As a defensive unit, that's where I felt there were a lot of miscommunication. We can't defend. Every time Bournemouth got anywhere around our 18 box, we looked nervy. There were holes gaping, just waiting for them to explore it. Pause. Hold up. Pause. But you get what I'm saying? There were spaces. There were spaces in behind our defense. And every time we got the ball, every time they got the ball, we weren't quite sure who should attack, who should defend, who should follow the man, who shouldn't, who should follow the actual man with the ball, right? There was a lot of confusion in defense, and that led to us conceding literally 4 goals at Old Trafford. For the neutral, exceptional game. As a United fan, as a United player, we need to do better. 2, first of all, we need a defensive midfielder. Now, I've always advocated for Mainu coming in for Casemiro. And I think when Mainu came on today, he played pretty well. He played very well, in my opinion. He connected the defense to the strikers, I thought, pretty good. He showed little bits, little flashes of what he could do. His ball recoveries were better than past games, to be fair. You have to give him kudos for that. That being said, when he came on, we became exceptionally open. We were so open. It felt like they didn't really have to do much work to bypass our midfield, and I think because of that, for what we gained on the ball with Mainu on there, I don't know if it's worth what we lose in defense. There needs to be some other compromise, right? Because once he came on, we were so open, and that's no fault to Mainu. It's simply just a fault to the system. Having Bruno, having Mainu there, it's always going to be tough, right? But that being said, I think overall, let's look at the good. First of all, boy, can we score. Okay, right now, currently in the league, right, and if you pull up the league table, we are highest in goals. Second highest in goals, sorry. So we scored the second highest goals, level with Arsenal, right? Only under Man City at 38. We are at 30 goals this season. The only difference between us and Arsenal is that Arsenal conceded 10 versus we conceded 26, right? We're leaking goals, but I digress. But we scored 30 goals. Now, here is where I don't want to hear anyone saying Ruben Amorim has to go. I mean, if I hear that, like, just don't even watch our games, right? Because ultimately, yes, this is not what we wanted. Yes, we should have won this game. Yes, we should have finished up all those chances that we got. I mean, we had damn near 4 XG, right? We had, I think it was 3.29 XG. We should have finished this game. Like, we should have scored at least like 5, 6, 7. Like 7 goals. Like minimum. I think we could have done that. We could, if we were clinical today, we could have done that. If we had just a little better pass in the final third, we could have scored 5, 6, 8 goals. Unfortunately, we were lacking a bit. But that being said, despite that, we still managed to create so many chances. Overall, I think the players deserve credit for being able to create and to score. And in that same way, where I do think it is our Ruben Amorim to fix up our positioning in defense and our communication in defense, I think we also need to give him credit for our ability to score as many goals as we're scoring right now. Second, I thought the manager made better subs, right? I mean, for the past... How long has it been? The past, like, literally this whole season, everyone's been complaining about the subs Ruben Amorim has been making. It hasn't been the best, in my opinion, still. It hasn't been the best, but I thought this game he made the right subs, right? Rather than bringing on more defenders, which we did not need, we needed attackers. We needed Kobe. We wanted to make that game a little open, right? We needed Kobe. We needed Shesko. Now there's an option, to be fair, right? We needed Xerxes to come on. I don't know if Mount should have left, to be fair. I thought he would have produced something special. He's one of them players that has the energy to keep going. So I wonder if that's like a injury thing. We know he's injury prone. Let's just give him some time off. Let's not lose him for the next game. But so that's what I'm thinking, to be fair. But Xerxes coming on, we needed attackers. And I thought that our subs were much better in this game than they ever have been under this manager, right? And because of those subs, we were able to score 2 goals to take it from 3-2 with us down 2 goals, or us down 3 goals, sorry. Take it to 3-2 to us winning 4-3. The only thing is we didn't have the defensive composure. Couple that with some good finishing on Bournemouth side, and we ended up equalizing. They ended up scoring an equalizer 4-4, right? So I think overall, great subs. It's just we're lacking... these hybrid players. We're lacking players that not only offer attacking sense, but also give you defensive sense as well. I mean, look at every top team has it, right? If you look at Rodri, he's so good going forward, right? But he's so good coming back. It's just well-roundedness. Every top team needs players like that. You can't compromise. That number 6, you cannot compromise in the middle of the pitch. You cannot. You need players that can offer you exceptional defending while exceptional attacking. That's non-negotiable, right? You look at even Chelsea with Enzo, right? He's decent going forward, and he's fantastic at coming back, right? He gives you a decent attacking threat. He has the legs, right? Declan Rice, same thing. He has the legs. We have that in Casemiro. He just doesn't have the legs. We don't have that in Bruno. But what he offers us in attacking is far greater than anything we should ever ask for him in defense, to be fair. And we have Menu, who, on one hand, doesn't offer us quite what we maybe want in attacking, nor what we want in defense, but we know we need to give him time. The quality will come, right? He's a promising player, and he will come good. He offered us proper attacking threat last season as well. Got so many crucial goals, so we know he has it, to be fair. I do think overall we shouldn't be too saddened by this game, right? It's a game that if we won, we would be level on points with Chelsea at 5th, to be fair, so we 1 place above, which would have been fantastic, right? If we'd won this, we'd be closer to fighting for that Champions League spot, and now you're starting to see that table kind of stretch a little bit. Like, it's still pretty close, which is ridiculous. It's still so close, but we're starting to see that stretch, right? We're starting to see a little, increments where, the top just pulling away. You know, the middle's kind of staying in their little square, and then the bottom is pulling away. So we need to get to those Chelsea's, that Aston Villa level. We need to get second, which I don't even think will happen, to be fair. I don't know why I said that. But we need to keep pulling up, right? So overall, again, I don't think we should be disheartened by this draw. It does feel like a loss, but I don't think we should be sad. I think at the end of the day, the fact that we're sitting sixth here, it's important not to forget the expectations that we had coming into the season. There's a reason why, you know, we're not winning the title, right? I mean, you could look at all these games that we lost and say, what do we need to change? This and that. You know, we need to change this. We need to change that. That player should have marked this, done that, change this, do something different here. But that's the whole point. That's why we're not as good as we want to be, right? Because we're always going to have those things that we should have done better. Until given time, we can develop that, right? And that's what this manager is in here to do, to develop those things. And I think so far, yes, my standards for this team are low. And obviously, they shouldn't be, right? It's Manchester United. But that being said, that's not reality. And my standards for this team is extremely low. But because of that, I do think that we can take more of the positives out of this game than the negatives, in the sense that we're able to come back and fight. We just have some defensive fragilities. And I think once we get that sorted, I mean, this team is going to be looking really good. And we're one step closer to pulling even closer and closer to winning the Premier League. Okay, I'm just saying. Should we even be talking about that right now? Absolutely not. But we are closer. That's all I have to say for this game. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Feel free to leave a like on the video. If you aren't subscribed, feel free to subscribe as well. Our goal is to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. We're at 78. We are close. It is cutting it close, but we are close, to be fair. Let's get it. And that's all I got for you.